Welcome to week 3 of trying to change my life. It's Monday, and no matter what, I have to make these videos weekly. So even though I don't have that much time to prepare, I'm just gonna put this out and continue this journey. I had a tough Friday, towards the tail end of week 2, and I wrote something, that was very personal to me, and I thought I'd share it just because this is supposed to be an honest journey, and I thought I'd share this writing, which, take it as you will. I started this series because I felt like the captain of a ship I had fallen off of a long time ago. Part of my journey has been spending less time on my phone, and in that new silence, I faced a darkness within me. I don't know what people think when they wake up, and I don't know what they think when they go to bed. But when I'm lying there, with no distraction, I feel worthless. I'm somebody who made it to varsity cross country only to stop trying to win, to stop pushing myself. I'm somebody who wasted their childhood playing video games, scared of trying anything lest they fail. I haven't worked hard for anything. I haven't belonged anywhere. I spend my days comparing myself to every beautiful and successful person I see. 1,000 self-inflicted wounds as I think to myself, one day I'll be there. Enough. More. Complete. Even this series, a how-to guide for filling a hole in my chest. If I'm going to move forward, I have to tell you the part of me I don't want you to know. I get easily overwhelmed. I'm inconsistent. I can be very rude to people. I've never worked hard for anything outside of school. I will always feel ugly. I will always worry about not doing enough. I will never feel comfortable doing anything outside a traditional career path. I turned 24 this week, so this video is kind of special. The last thing I want you to know is that every year I get older, the more I expect of myself, and the more miserable I feel. Yeah, so I kind of had a tough mental week, I guess, with this whole journey. Sort of my idea on what I wrote there was that it can be really, I guess, discouraging when you live your life with this ideal version of yourself that you expect, and then, as you carry out through your day and you don't live up to this ideal, you just feel man, I'm letting myself down. I'm not living up to my potential. I'm a loser and all these things, which I was feeling a lot last week. And it reached this breaking point on that night when I wrote that, where I sort of came to terms with the fact that I am not all these things that I think I am. I'm not nearly as smart or hardworking, or brave, or consistent, or capable. In a lot of ways, I feel, very bummish. And I think acknowledging that and trying to own all of these flaws that I have was actually very comforting. When I tried to adopt that into my day, over the weekend, it was really freeing, because every time I felt like I wasn't doing enough, I was, slacking off, I sort of said, what else would you expect? This is who you have been for a long time. And it was weird, counterintuitively, I ended up doing more work than I have for a while when I adopted that mindset. I woke up 6:30 in the morning and went to the gym, and then did the grad program thing of emailing professors, which is really cool. I think what also helped is I sort of acknowledged that there are parts of me that I don't have to listen to. When I have this thing in my brain when I'm going to bed that says, you haven't done enough today, you're not doing enough. Instead of trying to validate that and sort of think about okay, you're right, what are the things I could have done better? Now I'm sort of thinking to myself, I want to go to bed right now, but I can't, because this aspect of myself, which will never feel like they're doing enough, is activated. So in that way, like, I'm sort of acknowledging that a lot of my unhappiness and dissatisfaction with my life is built-in programming that I don't need to validate in order to dispel. I can sort of recognize, like, hey, like, these feelings of insignificance, like, these are something that you can fight against, really. You can ignore. I think that's going to be an important step to my journey of, feeling more happy and satisfied with my life. But at the same time, I still would like to get these things done which I care about. So I'm going to go down the list now. For getting a job, I like what I'm doing now, which is looking at programs that I think are interesting and then emailing people in those fields just to get, like, maybe an interview, just to ask them about what they're doing, just because I'm still trying to figure out what's interesting to me. So I'm not applying to programs or jobs, which is something I should be doing. I'm going home this week, so hopefully I can find time, maybe during that, to look for a job or understand what kind of job I should get. For my room, I want to show you a picture now of my plant collection, which is growing and is very cool. My girlfriend has been a huge help for that, so thank you to her. This week, I am going to go home, so I really can't really work on the plant stuff. Hopefully they survive, though. Damn. For fashion, I'll try to put in a video of the pants that I got. My goal is to now build an outfit around this, even though I don't think they're, like, the coolest pants. They're a little bit short, I think. I wanted them a little bit longer. So I'm gonna probably this week go on Pinterest, look at people wearing these kind of shorts and see what kind of tops they're wearing. And whatever style I like, I'm gonna try to get that top on eBay or wherever. For drawing, it's gonna take a little bit of effort to put all the photos in here, but I want to hold myself accountable for not really working on this throughout this series. So these are some of the photos, like, start to finish, of me and my progress with, like, self-portraits. I think that this, like, goal that I set out of practicing drawing eyes and noses, like, I think that's still valid. It's really a matter of dedicating time to do it. With reading, I'm continuing to read Ronan Farrow's book, War and Peace. It's very boring. It's a whole different world, these, like, diplomats, and these career politicians and all that crap. Like, I don't know, they're such prestigious titles and lifestyles that these people live, like, traveling the world, speaking to world leaders, and, like, they're all pretty bad at their job. Last week I said I was going to reach out to somebody I met at a party to see about contacting the newspaper. They never responded, so I'm probably going to reach out to the newspaper directly. I'm organizing a lunch and paint at work, so that's going to be a cool opportunity. That's part of community, right? Getting my coworkers outside the building together, that's going to be cool. Finally is the tendinitis. Something that's really frustrating for me is that I don't know what I'm doing. Like, there's so much research out there and so much, like, information you can absorb about how do you treat joint pain, and I don't want to waste time by I can't absorb all there is out there before I start trying to treat my knees and my elbows. So what I sort of am forced to do is do the work based on as much knowledge as I have at the time, but then also make the time to learn more about what I'm doing. And I think at some point I might have to just say, listen, I'm not going to absorb anything more. I'm just going to stick to what I have and hope that it works out. And that may be the only way I can get through these chronic issues I've had with my joints. But the goal is to get me running again, is to get me doing more strenuous activities at the gym. That's really important to me. So hopefully I make use of the new planner I got to try to get this stuff done. I can definitely tell that I'm putting off this job search. Like, this series is supposed to be something that I can look back on, and other people can see where somebody like felt frustrated with where they were in life and actually made a change, and they can see like a week by week progression. And so far it seems like I'm not really working that hard at this big thing which I want to do, is leave my job and do something more in line with my interests. So I have a duty to like focus more on that. So we'll see where we are next week, but I guess this is just the honest progression of this journey. Peace.